Hey, I'm Taylor Craig.
I'm Ryan Keelan.
I'm Alex Wisa.
Welcome to another episode of
Pucking
Panthers
Podcast.
We don't give a puck. Last game was absolutely terrible. We played the Calgary Flames and lost 6-0, which was an absolute beating.
Listen,
oh my goodness.
one of those games happens every single year. If they lose the next one, then it's time to be worried. But honestly, this is what I've been dreading because the whole winning streak was very fun to watch and was amazing, but I was dreading the entire time that first loss because I feel like once we got that first loss finally, it would kind of whirlwind this team, and then all of a sudden it's going to start a losing streak. Vancouver, we played a little bit. I think we should have had that one. Yeah. That was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But Edmonton, we looked very bad. We should have lost that game. Minnesota, we looked bad. We should have lost that game.
The players have admitted that too, that they haven't played up to par.
Calgary, we got a little slice of humble pie.
Yeah,
I think it's good for them, honestly.
Me too.
That's what Big Branson said. He said we needed a spanking.
Yeah, we needed an ass.
I mean, every time you can't get too... They're grown men. They're gonna get cocky, obviously.
Did you watch the post-game recap?
No,
because you're literally saying exactly what Good Branson said. He was saying he was like, you know what, we were. You can tell by the last 5 games in this winning streak, we were getting kind of an ego. Everyone in this room knew that we were not playing good in the end of that winning streak. He said we absolutely needed this, and we earned every single minute of that beatdown by Calgary.
He just had no energy going into it. You know, you can't put the blame on Mike Kelly.
You could factor in that Gallant wasn't there. You could factor in that Ekblad wasn't playing. You can factor in that Petrovic and Camphor has been looking horrible.
But yeah, that doesn't equal 6-0.
No, I know that. But I'm just saying you could factor all those things. But at the end of the day, we looked dead tired. We couldn't make any pass. Even our top line couldn't even get anything going in the offensive zone. It seemed like Yager and Huberdeau and Barkov just turned the puck over nonstop the whole night.
I think it was their first goal since the beginning of the winning streak that they gave up while they were on the egg.
We broke a lot of records there. I guess we were like 18 minutes trailing. That was 59 minutes of trailing. That makes that stat go out the window.
Last episode I said, fire Mike Kelly, and then he gets his chance. He listened to me. He gets his chance to be a head coach. And you saw the score was 6-0.
Well,
so
originally your frustration with him was the fact that our power play hasn't been clicking.
My frustration is with him as a coach, as a person.
In all honesty, though, I don't think you can blame that on Kelly. Even if Gallant was in, I think you would have had the same result. The end of a big road trip, the Western road trip or whatever, they're dead, they're tired, they just had... It's a lot of emotion, a lot of physical, whatever, emotion and everything coming out of that 12-game winning streak, and for it to end like that, they're just drained.
Yeah, I mean, that especially when you compare that to Vancouver, where I actually thought that was one of our better games over the last maybe 5 or 6.
Oh, I thought it was
the one
we were all over them in the third. I was like, okay, we're just going to ride this out and get the win again. That's it.
It's tough when you have a great young goaltender like Jacob Markstrom in net.
Somebody made the point where it's like Jacob Markstrom making the Panthers lose no matter what team he's on.
He looks like a terrorist.
Speaking of ISIS, Luke Vader, his recent beard picture, let's put it up on the screen right over my face. How does it look, guys?
He looks like a Branson and Ekblad.
I'm not a beard guy, I don't really care.
That's only because Ryan can't grow a beard.
I can't grow a beard, and still I can be like constructive about his beard.
I've never seen you with facial hair, ever.
Me?
Oh, he used to have a little thing down here.
I could never grow a full beard, no way. I can do this, and I can do this, and this. I can
but it doesn't grow over here like me?
No.
I don't grow over here for some reason.
Well, on to some pucking questions where anyone who follows us on Twitter @PuckingPanthers can ask us some hashtag pucking questions.
Yeah, all 5 of you.
Yeah.
Typical Panther.
So let's see what we got. So one of our biggest fans, Gabby, asked us puck, marry, kill, Ekblad, Goody, or Bugstad. What are you going with?
All right. Shout out to Gabby.
Yeah,
She loves Good Branson. She thinks he's really hot, so I'm going to puck him.
Oh, really?
I'm going to marry Ekblad because I love Ekblad. Wow. And I guess I'll have to kill him.
You're going to kill him?
So you have to kill
He just recovered from migraines.
I have to.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's not doing us any good, so...
I'll pick a name out of a hat for the other.
No, you want to puck
you want to puck Bugstad. Come on, look at his face. From ZMart33, his pucking question was, which salon does Ryan go to get his eyebrows done?
The barber shop next to Publix on 441.
Oh, there you go.
I don't go to 441.
Do they use the threads?
You know what? I do not go to 441 Nails and pay $12 to get my eyebrows waxed for nothing. I do not actually go to a salon.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You just go in there with tweezers and just dive right in.
You can do it yourself, honestly.
Yeah?
Just a little maintenance work.
Is that like something you went to school for?
you just learn. It's like a little knack you have. You learn it over time.
Okay. Calvi4R asks our panel, who ends up as our leading scorer and with how many points?
Wait, goals or points?
Let's start with goals and then we'll go to points after.
I think Barkov is going to have the most goals unless if Bukestad starts getting going again, and he has a lot of games to get going again. I mean, he can still get up to like 25, but Barkov, I could see him ending with like 25 goals this year, and I don't see anyone else really getting close to that. But Huberdeau definitely, I think, will have the most points.
I'll go with Barkov, and I will say he probably is going to get to the 28 to 30 range. I think he's
goals?
Yeah. I think he's going to have a stellar second half. The top line's performing well. Huberdeau is performing better with Barkov alongside him. I think Barkov's going to see a dramatic improvement. Who are you going to go with for leader in goals?
Barkov.
Right now, the point lead goes to Yager. Currently is 32 points, and then you got right behind him is Huberdeau with 31, and then right behind him with 28 is Barkov. Top line takes command of that. Who do you think is going to end up leading us in points?
Barkov.
Barkov, you think is going to come here because he's played significantly less games.
He's on pace to have more. So.
34 points. 34 games. He has 28 points.
I'm going to play the math. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to have to agree with Alex on Huberdeau leading in points.
Okay.
Because not only has he been an excellent passer this season, but over the past few games, you've seen his scoring touch return. And he's actually scored a few nice goals. So I'm going to pick him as leading the team in points. And he also asked with how many points. 70 points. I know it's aggressive, but I'm going to give him 70.
I'll say 60.
That's
last year he had 54 and he led the team at 54. I can see him getting to 60, 65. I know, I can see him getting 60, 65. Barkov I can see getting also around that. I can honestly, it's really a toss-up.
I think it's going to be
Barkov or Huberdeau. Because the thing is also, if you think about it, when one of them gets a point, the other one is getting a point too. So it's like they're really feeding off of each other most of their points. You know what I mean?
And it's surprising that we've left Yager out of it, even though he's led the team in goals and points.
I don't think Yager's going to slow down. I just think that Huberdeau and Barkov are just
going to pick up the pace.
Yeah.
Another one of our viewers, Giancarlo, he asks, why does Ryan hate Huberdeau so much? P.S. He's wrong. Also, thanks. So what's your response to that? Why do you hate Huberdeau so much?
I want to give credit where it's due. Yeah. I don't hate Huberdeau. I know he's had more in the tank than he's been showing us. So I do not hate Huberdeau. It's just I wanted more out of him. But I will give him credit where credit is due. I've always said this about Jonathan Huberdeau. I've always called him his nickname. I like to call him the Fisherman because he's at his best when he's around the net. Okay, so listen, when he doesn't, he's gonna need to score on the first line, right? He's been doing that. Credit, you know why? Edmonton, he went to the net. Nashville, he had a breakaway. And Vancouver also, I think he's
high slot.
He struggles when he's timid, when he's on the sideboards.
He also needs to stop looking for the pass when he has a clear shot.
Yeah, exactly. Huberdeau is good at. He doesn't have the best shot in the world. He doesn't have the best speed in the world. He's a pretty good skater. But yeah, he's gonna excel with his vision, his passing, and yeah, in front of the net. And he's been doing that, so I'll give him credit for that. That's why he scored 3 goals in the past 4 or 5, 6 games. Right?
You're right. The Fisherman's going to the net.
That's how you make your money. The Fisherman makes his money by his net.
Byfuglien is fascinating. Even though he's a little old, he's 30 years old. That would provide a lot of stability on the blue line.
Defense and offense, he can play. That's
exactly. He can play forward as well. The puck-moving defenseman that can actually start the offense from the blue line and move it out. I can imagine him paired with Kulikov, doing really well. And then you put Mitchell and Branson together on the third. And then obviously Campbell and Ekblad on top.
Past couple of games, we've been watching Camphor and Petrovic play. Ekblad's been out. It confirms what we were talking about before. There was one episode where it was just you and me. You weren't in the episode. And we were talking about next year contracts and that Campbell and Mitchell are out off a contract. And I think it basically confirms that one of those two, maybe even both, need to come back for at least another year. If we're going to really go into next year with just Ekblad, Kulikov, Branson, and then basically throwing in the bottom 3, Petrovic, Camphor, and then Matheson, who hasn't even played 1 game in the NHL. But you have no idea how Matheson's even going to be in the NHL. He's not doing that great point-wise in the AHL. So that's not really promising. Definitely one of those two needs to come back. You can't just throw out all these kids.
I agree with taking back Campbell. Mitchell, I'd like to have him back, and the way he's playing this year, he's actually playing really, really well this year. Mitchell is playing phenomenally. I don't know if
he's shut down.
I don't know if he's going to be willing to retire after the season. That's why I wouldn't have harsh feelings of not re-signing him, because I figured
he would retire.
The guy would probably retire. He's playing so well. Why would you retire?
He's probably hoping that Talon would come to him with a contract extension.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is that Mitchell reminds me a lot of Goodbranson, and Goodbranson is playing out of his mind this year. Have Campbell come back, maybe pair him with Matheson. That could be pretty cool.
Could work.
I mean, Campbell was paired with Ekblad, and look how that turned out last year.
Campbell is really responsible defensively.
Exactly. So maybe put Campbell. You need to keep. That's another. That's another reason why one of them needs to come back. You gotta have a veteran presence back there on defense for Matheson, because Matheson is going to be a great defenseman, but you can't just throw him out there with a bunch of rookies. And to be fair,
he's had a lot of games. He got drafted 2012, right? So he's been playing for a long time.
Puck and goals of the week, not that many to choose from this week, but we'll pick three anyway.
All three of them are going to come from the Calgary game.
Who are you giving number 3 to?
Number 3, I'm going to give it to Huberdeau. He's been looking very good lately, and he had a very nice one against the Vancouver Canucks. It was kind of a pass from Yager. It looked like it tipped off or Barkov purposefully, maybe.
He kind of messied it over to him.
Yeah. And
I like that. I like that. Messi on the puck and Panthers, we here.
Huberdeau went right to the slot and right over the famous glove of
Markstrom. Couldn't quite get
the amazing glove of Markstrom.
Number 2 puck and goal of the week. Ryan, who are you giving it to?
I said, you guys do this, I'm providing the commentary.
You haven't provided commentary.
I'm not going to provide commentary when you score on my boy Jacob Markstrom.
Who are you going to give it to?
I'll give it to Huberdeau again, and I'm going to give this Huberdeau goal. This is the one in Edmonton. And it is actually a really nice goal if you take a second to look at it. So we're going to show the video right now. Now, if you watch the puck by Brian Campbell get thrown around the boards, by the way, leading up to this moment, puck moving in that zone was terrific. I mean, not a second of lost possession. Great possession. Campbell cycles it around the boards, and Yager looks like he's about to take it. He has an Edmonton defender on him. He looks like he's about to take the puck, then he does a little Mario Lemieux Olympics, which is a very specific reference. Do you get it?
No. I don't know.
Damn it. Alright, I was hoping one of you guys got that, but we'll show that clip too. Yager lets it go through his legs to Barkov. Barkov, because he knows that people are catching on right away, throws it in front of the net, and Huberdeau makes no mistake.
Yeah, that's because he timed it and he went in. If he was just chilling out in the net, he would have been pushed away, but he timed his run.
You like that?
You like that! Yeah, I like when he plays good.
When he runs to the net.
When he goes to the net, yeah.
So number 1 puck and goal of the week, who are we giving it to?
Another one against the Edmonton Oilers. Jaromir Jagr.
Jaromir Jagr.
On a breakaway.
Oh.
Maybe
he loses it.
It's a special one.
He still scores. Isn't it funny how Jagr is the one going on the breakaway?
I know. But he's the one, he even poked checked the puck.
That was all his goal.
It was all
his goal,
yeah. Unassisted. What a number 1 puck and goal, even though we maybe have had better.
Yager does it again!
Dennis Potvin call Daniel Sedin a lowlife, and then make some reference about his fingers with peanut butter.
Someone's laughing. Someone out there is laughing.
Someone gets it.
Someone out there was like, ha! Wow! Finally, a guy who makes my kind of jokes.
But anyway, nobody ended up getting hurt. There's no supplemental action. It's just one of those highlight plays.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. You just gotta let that stuff go, And
they have to get some steam out. They just lost after winning 12 in a row.
You know what? The Panthers, even though the streak has ended and we had a rough game in Calgary, we still sit top of the Atlantic. That's right, in Tampa on Sunday, me and Ryan will be at that game. We're going to have a special Pucking Panthers episode coming to you from Tampa, so hope you guys will tune in for that, and way more coming. Follow us on Twitter, @PuckingPanthers. You can look us up on YouTube, just type in Pucking Panthers, you'll find us. Even though you're watching this video now, you can probably just find our channel. Our followers are actually going up, our subscribers are going up still.
Anything you want.
Do what you want, no pressure here. Link to our bio. I want you guys to comment below, what did you think about this podcast? What else did you want us to talk about? Because maybe we could talk about it next episode. Isn't he hilarious? Anyway, from the Pucking Panthers podcast, I'm Taylor.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Alex.
And we'll see you again soon.